Hello and welcome. I am making this video because I want to make it super clear for you what it is that I do and what bioemotional healing is and who it can help. Now, it's important to understand that the process I take my clients through is incredibly in-depth and hands-on, but the most clear and simple answer that I can give you is that bioemotional healing is a process based in neuroscience to rewire the brain and nervous system out of survival, out of living and operating in perpetual stress, or what is most often referred to as the fight or flight response. Now, it's important to understand that living in survival mode looks different for each of us. It can look like chronic pain or illness. It can look like anxiety, PTSD, depression, a constant negative thought loop, overwhelm, perfectionism, inability to be calm and present, thinking you always have to be doing something or being productive. It can look like issues with your body or food, or it can just look like being stuck, feeling stuck, like you just can't feel the way you want to in your life, or you can't take the actions you want to in your life. And I want you to know that if this is you, I get it, and you are not alone. And the truth is that we've been so conditioned to treat our symptoms, but the brain is the command center of everything we experience in our mind and our body, yet our nervous system is most often the very thing left unaddressed. And realizing this is what brought me to this work and in creating bioemotional healing, because in all truthfulness, my life depended on it. Now, if you haven't watched the About Me video on my website, I encourage you to watch that because that's going to go into further detail of my 25-year journey fighting for my health. But I want you to know that no matter how long you've been stuck, how exhausted you feel, there is hope. Now, some of you might know what has caused your system to get stuck in this survival mode. And some of you might not, and that's okay because that's a pivotal part of bioemotional healing. But even for those of you who know, let's say you're aware, you know your triggers, you know some of the experiences in your life that have really impacted you and altered your nervous system. But I'm sure you feel like I did, and all of my clients do, is that it's not enough to just be aware. And it's not enough to just think that the rest of our lives, the best we can do is manage our stress responses, but that you actually want to get beyond them. You want to get free of them. And that's exactly what I wanted. And that's exactly what I believed was possible. And the more I studied the brain and nervous system and realized that science has shown us that whatever has been wired can be rewired, that meant we could change. That meant we could get beyond them. But it was going to take a whole different approach and type of work in order to truly change that program that had become hardwired into our nervous system. That's what bioemotional healing is. Because the bottom line is that when those internal alarm bells keep signaling that you're in danger, no solution from the outside in is going to fix it. It's going to turn off those alarm bells. You have to do that. The solution has to come from the inside out. And that's exactly what bioemotional healing is designed to do, to partner with your system and address the underlying root cause. And that is why my clients come to me after years, in fact, decades of trying anything and everything, including traditional therapy and medications and all types of treatments and healing modalities, but they're still stuck or they're not free or they're not where they want to be. And again, that's because we're missing the underlying root cause. We have to look at your life and all the pieces and how they've impacted and altered your brain and nervous system into stress. In the simplest of terms, we have to rewire the brain and unlearn the vicious stress cycle. And the great news is that we can. The great news is that you can. And I want that transformation for you, but you have to want it. You have to want it enough to understand that this is an investment, because you know the change doesn't just happen, but bioemotional healing is not only a process that creates incredible results in a short period of time, but it equips you with all the knowledge and tools and capacity to not just maintain your changes, but to perpetuate them. And that is the gift, is for me to empower you, the rest of your life, to live differently the rest of your life. So this doesn't work unless you are ready to invest in you. But I hope you are, and I hope you feel hope in a way you haven't in a long time. Because as someone who has had 2 life-altering health experiences, I know how incredibly precious life is. And I don't think you should waste any more time not living what is possible for you. You are not the exception. I know struggle is a part of life, and sometimes we have to survive. But I know we weren't created to just struggle and survive. We were created for more, and we all have that capacity within us. But you have to be ready to choose it.